Hi, this is Dr. Greg Gillum, CEO of Human Fusion, and today's article review comes from the June 19, 2019 issue of Harvard Business Review. It's entitled How to Move from Self-Awareness to Self-Management. It's by Jennifer Porter, who's an executive coach and team coach. I'm giving a lot of talks on emotional intelligence. I'm actually leading a group through a massive emotional intelligence project right now that involves both classroom learning and e-learning as well. And I've just been recently asked to give a keynote presentation at a conference in the fall on self-awareness. So this is very, very mainstream to what's going on in the business world today. It's thought that self-awareness is the meta skill of the 21st century, meaning if you believe that it's the most important thing you can work on. But as Jennifer Porter says here, it's useless without understanding how to move from that into self-management. Now, of course, we all know that as leaders, it's very important to be aware. One of the competencies that Goleman teased out early on when he wrote about emotional intelligence was accurate self-assessment. So we need to know our strengths, we need to know our weaknesses, we need to know our values, but we need to know also how those impact other people. And it's when they start impacting other people that self-management then becomes a real priority for us. And in fact, as Jennifer Porter points out, it's useless unless we understand self-management. Now let's take a fictional, well, I don't know if it's fictional, but let's take a case here. She points out a client that she has named Rick. Rick speaks too often, and he speaks far too long in his meetings. And so the author goes to his next meeting. There's 15 people in the room, and she times him kind of under the table, and he ends up talking for 30% of that meeting. And when she questions him on this, he says, well, I had a lot of important points to make. And then he goes into all the reasons why he needed to make them. Self-aware, but not self-managed. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to start looking at what self-management is, how it's defined, and then we're going to look at some broad strategies of how you can work on this process kind of in the moment, when you're actually in the room and you're realizing you need to start implementing self-management and you get stuck. All right, so we're going to do that in our next video. If you like these types of leadership and management related videos, please subscribe to Human Fusion, and we'll keep you up to date on all the latest trends that are affecting management practice today. Thanks.